Hello everyone. Today's topic for Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, is competition. Why am I even talking about this? Because if you are going to go compete, you have to know the rules of the tournament that you're competing in. Okay? Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, competition wasn't as big in America. It was mostly in Brazil. You did have some stuff here where it was Naga and some other places, but for the most part, the biggest competitions were in Brazil. And here, you just had a time limit and you could kind of almost do anything grappling wise. Of course, there'd be points and stuff like that, but it wasn't as sophisticated as it is now. So the old school mentality was like, oh, we're a submission-based school, we're a fighting school. If that person doesn't submit me, it doesn't really matter. They didn't really win in my eyes. And if I didn't finish them, who cares if I won by points? I didn't beat them because I didn't submit them. Okay, this is like an old school mentality where if you're still thinking that way, there's a lot of immaturity within that, because that means that you're living in an alternate reality. So to be here and now in the present moment, you have to face things and look at things for what they really are. So when you look at tournaments and competing in tournaments, if you don't know the rules, you've already lost. Because unless you finish that guy, you might be out within the first match. Okay, there's a video I will post of somebody who traveled, I guess, 5 or 8 hours to a competition, goes for an illegal leg lock, because that leg lock is not legal in that tournament, and gets instantly disqualified and is pissed off saying this is bullshit. Okay, it's not the tournament's fault, it's that person's fault. I'll find that video and I'll place that now.
Sit up, sit up, sit up.
Good, you're up. Good. Got that. Arch, arch, arch.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. You can't knee bar? Stop. Dude, I'm gonna submit you and you cry? Hey, this is a small tournament. Dude, I don't care. It's a grappling tournament.
Okay, so now you have this kid who thinks he won because the rules are bullshit, because I'm old school mentality. I'm gonna go with my secret weapon. That's not allowed there, but it's the tournament and it's the people there that's the problem. Not my attitude or my misunderstanding or my selfishness of what I wanna do, whether it's allowed or not. So when you go to compete, the most important thing is to look at that tournament and those rules for that tournament at your belt level. Okay, every belt level will allow certain things that the other one doesn't. Whether it's toe holds or heel hooks or anything of that nature, which you might not be allowed to do in the lower levels as a beginner, a white belt or a blue belt. And if you only focus on heel hooks, you got to look at your jiu-jitsu, because if you're not learning how to pass and how to sweep, you're missing out the complete picture of what jiu-jitsu is all about. So if you're going to go compete, before you compete, look at the rule set for that organization. If you don't like it because you're, submission based and you're a leg lock queen, then don't compete in that competition. So before you even go sign up for it, go look at the rules first before you start to sign up or train for anything. Now, if you know the rules to that tournament, you have to be realistic with yourself and say, listen, am I able to train for those specific rules and be okay with it? Or I'm above it, my ego is more important, and I'm not going to compete in there because I'm too good for the tournament, right? So you look at the tournament, you go, okay, I want to compete in that. What's the rule set? Okay, that's the rules. I want to compete in everything. I will have to look at the rules in all the different organizations and put together my own little schedule, program, and training camp to get ready for that tournament. And how do you do that? We'll go into that in a minute. So if you look at Abu Dhabi, right? ADCC, we used to call it Abu Dhabi as a short thing for the ADCC, Abu Dhabi Combat Club, right? So you go, okay, so now the rules are, I don't know if I'm right with this, but the first 5 minutes out of the 10-minute match, no points given for takedowns, reversals, anything. You go at it, do whatever you want. You have 5 minutes to do whatever you want without being penalized, like pulling guard, okay? Or sitting down and scooting around, right? Or going for a reckless takedown where the person might end up on top, but you want to make your performance exciting. So now you know for the first 5 minutes you could do whatever you want and not have to worry about points. You have to worry about maybe getting reversed or submitted, but you know you could kind of make things a little more exciting and be a little more risky, okay? So now you know once the 5 minutes is up, now it's all a point strategy. And you'll see some people hold a position until that 5 minute mark and then go for something to build up some points. Is it that person's fault that they know the rules and know how to play the game? Of course not, because they know the rules for the tournament. The bad thing in the past, some people manipulated the rules just to get an advantage and a point here and stall. Those days are pretty much over. So when you're looking to go compete in something, your first job is to know the rules of the tournament you're going to be in for your belt level. That's number one. Has nothing to do with your school, your mentality, or the school's mentality. Whether you're obsessed with gi, no gi, leg locks, loop chokes, toe holds, whatever it is, it doesn't make a difference. You got to look at the rule set, and now once you know the rule set, now you have to put together a plan for you to train for that rule set so you could come out on top within the competition. So now if you're with a bunch of guys that only do leg locks and you decide to go for a gi tournament where that's not allowed for your level, especially reaps, and you're training always passing the guy or trying to break their grips or whatever it is because they're always putting you in a reaped position, that's not going to help you for this tournament because most likely the people that you're competing in know the rules don't allow reaps, so they won't be doing reaps to you in the tournament. So now if you're training where all your partners are going for reaps all the time, it's really, if anything, it's doing the opposite. It's not helping you. It's taking away from your training. So once you know the rules, you have to set that within your training parameters. So if you know other guys who are training for the tournament, you guys have to say, okay, this is the time limit. These are the rules for your belt level. These are the things that are legal, and these are the things that are illegal that could get you disqualified. So let's look at the stuff that's illegal in this tournament or at your belt level. Okay, when we train, I will not do this to you and you will not do it to me because nobody's going to do this in a tournament because this is illegal to do. And then you guys go, okay, well, this is not life. This is just training for that tournament. I love to do reaps. I love to do this. I love to do that. Well, that's nice. You could continue to love to do it. But now if you're going to go in that tournament, practice other things. Get out of your comfort zone. Don't be all of a sudden this person that just thinks the world has to succumb to you. That's the biggest problem with the world today. Everybody's very narcissistic and thinks the world has to change for them. So when you're training, you go, okay, you know what? I'm not used to this. But be a man and go, you know what? This is good. This takes me out of my comfort zone. This will make me better because now I'm not going to do the game that I'm comfortable with. I'm going to have to work on other skills that helps evolve my jiu-jitsu and make me more of a complete jiu-jitsu practitioner. So now you have the rule set. Your teammates that are training or helping you train for that tournament will know the rule set and know what's illegal. So they don't waste your time doing stuff that nobody else is going to be doing to you in a tournament because they're not allowed to. So this is number one. Number two is knowing how much time the matches are. So you could try to train within that time period so you could get your cardio going where you know you could last the full 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is at your belt level. This is important so you know that you're in good enough shape to keep going for your division. Okay, what are the illegal things to do? You know, it's like, know what those are. Know what the system is. Do I get any points for takedowns? Do I get any points for passing the guard? Do I get advantages? Do I get disadvantages for butt scooting and stalling? You know, it's like, man, I love to sit on my ass and scoot around trying to go for X guard or anything like that. It's like, oh man, that's not good for me to do in this tournament. So now I have to work on my stand-up. You know, so all this is the greatness about competing. It gives you a rule set that gives you a different mindset for this time period and this event. This will make you grow with your jiu-jitsu, and it'll get you outside of your comfort zone. You can't walk around thinking you're big shit because you focus on toe holds or anything like that. You know, get out of your comfort zone and learn other stuff. Don't go, oh, that they suck at it, they're not good like us at it, so, you know, everybody else sucks. This is crazy, this type of thinking. Here's an easy example. I used to box as a teenager and I did Muay Thai. Did I mix the rules together? Of course not. Imagine I'm sparring with somebody and all of a sudden I throw a Thai kick or an elbow and I'm boxing. I'm gonna get disqualified. Am I gonna yell at the person that I'm sparring with and the referee, you guys suck, you just throw punches, only pussies throw punches, real men throw elbows, knees, and thigh kicks and teeps? Of course, it's totally ridiculous, right? Just like going into a grappling competition and somebody's throwing punches at you. It's not MMA. So this is no different. If you can't do leg locks, you can't do reaps, you can't do certain things as a kid, you can't go for guillotines and neck cranks as a kid in a kid's division. You could go for a triangle as a kid, but you can't start to pull on their head. If the teacher doesn't teach the kids that, the kids are going to train incorrectly, and now they're going to go into a tournament and do, maybe they'll do well, but now they get disqualified for doing something that's not allowed in the tournament. So knowing your rule set is super important. Don't put your ego on top and think you're the greatest thing in the world and everybody should succumb to you. That's not the way it works in the real world. You know, jiu-jitsu is a very honest martial art. So if you're going to go compete, know the rule set for that tournament and practice within that rule set so you could come out on top. Not where you could lose and say, oh, I got that person in a heel hook, and no, we're not supposed to do that, but I don't care because I was losing and I'm only a submission person. It's just ridiculous. Or say, oh, the only reason why I lost is because I couldn't do my thing. This is not taking responsibility as an adult. So, you know, look at the rule set, train for that rule set, get on board with that mindset of what those rules are, get your training partners on board for that rule set. If you do a little camp for it for your school, if you're in a competition school, it's a totally different story because the teacher knows the rules. If you're in a school that is not a competition school and the teacher doesn't know the rules and you want to compete, that's your job and it's your responsibility to look at the rules and implement them into your practice and get your buddies and your family members in the school on board to follow those rules also so they could help you succeed in your training. If you don't do any of that, you have nobody else to blame but yourself, okay? If you're training with certain people and they're not competing, can you say, oh, listen, can you not go for these things? Because I don't have to worry about defending against it or countering it because it's not allowed in a tournament that I'm doing. A good training partner will be totally on board with that. And if they notice that they only work within their comfort zone, that they lack certain skills that you need to do other things in jiu-jitsu, maybe that will give them that aha moment where they realize they need to work on passing the guard instead of jumping on a leg. All these things are super important to help you when you're competing. If you don't know the rules, it's not anybody else's fault but your own. And if you lose or get disqualified because of it, it's nobody's fault but your own. So take responsibility, look at the rules, train hard, train the right way, but most of all, know what you're training for and why you're training for it so you could come out on top. If you're looking to get in shape and understand exercise science or look into a book that helps with life and your spirituality, check out my books on Amazon. I always forget to put in these videos. If you like my content or you don't like it, leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you have any questions or comments about anything, let me know. If you have any ideas for future videos, put them in the comments. I love to see what people have to say. Keep training hard.
Uh-oh, shit. What happened? Toe holds are illegal.
Joe Camargo and Jose Hernandez, please report to ring number 1.
That's a toe hold. A toe hold.
It's a toe hold right there.
Don't let him pass.
You got 20 seconds, Dylan. Don't let him pass.
Watch that ankle.
Keep that right leg across.
What's the score?
Get that foot over, yeah.
Crazy positions, guys.
Darn.
Jay, you can't do that, Jay.
No, Jay! He just got disqualified, right?
You can't.
He's done.
Yeah. Why are you going for ankle locks in a gi? And not a gi? Oh, Daniel?
And can you do me a favor, Lawrence? Can you?
That's a read.
Push his leg to the side. Watch the heel. Open one arm. There you want.
You be careful. Up there. Up. Onde you left it? Perna esquerda do cara aqui em cima.
Told you, watch the read.
Get in under. There you go. There you go, Jared. There you go, Jared. There you go, Jared. Are you serious? Let's go, Jared. Whoa! What the fuck?
Keep strong, Charlotte. Keep relaxed. Do not. Hey, watch out, slam. There's no slamming.
Tommy, watch that guillotine. That's it, Tommy. Nice, Tommy. Hey? I thought it was alright. Oh, wasn't that part of the rules? They can slam him?
Finish, keep going. That's a DQ.
Get up, put that foot lock. Get up. Come out. Good. No, heel hook. Hey, what the fuck? You can't do a heel hook. You can't even do a heel hook that butt now. Who else can't even do a heel hook?
He knows that.
Let him get that hook in.
Nice. Oh, no knee bars?